Hey guys, welcome back to Hardcore Create. There is a few things I quickly just want to mention before we jump to this video. Off camera, I have got shaders to work, so we now have shaders, which makes the game just look that little bit better. And I have also added the chipped mod, just so we have a lot more blocks that we can decorate with, rather than being limited to Minecraft blocks and also the few create add. So that should make it so we can build a lot better things. But the first thing I want to do within this video is somewhat automate this, because although this is automatic and it's harvesting the potatoes, it's putting the potatoes inside of these two chests, it's not making it so we can eat them. So what I want to do now is build a system that will suck the potatoes out of these chests and cook them. And the thing I think we need to make this happen is this portable storage interface, which it don't actually look like it's that expensive to craft. It seems like we just need some iron plates, which we should have in one of these chests. That kind of sucks. It seems like they haven't actually updated Create so you can make andesite casings with cherry logs. As you can see, I'm clicking and it's not actually doing anything. So that is something that we can't actually do. So I now have two of the portable storage interfaces and I'm not actually too sure how these work. So let's quickly just double check. So we have the chest right here. That is totally fine. If we put that on a component, then it should automatically interact with the chests. Okay, that works. Let's quickly just go down and grab our glue. This actually looks a lot simpler than I thought it would be. I thought you'd have to like add certain aspects. Let's quickly just stop that from spinning a second. If we put this, say there, is that going to work? Let's quickly just break that again because I want to have the glue in my offhand. I think that automatically glues it. It does. So that should in theory work. And I'm pretty sure if we then put a chest right there, it should put the item straight into that chest. Let's quickly just see if that is the case. Okay, it didn't actually do it, I don't think. I've really just stopped it from spinning because I want to see if we can actually move this around to make it work a little bit better. Maybe if I put the chest right there and we maybe make this a double chest and then remove this chest on the end, I'm hoping that should then improve how it works. So let's quickly just place that right there. And then I think we should be able to throw down this right there. Now, I'm hoping that should work. We obviously now do need to move this up as well. So let's quickly just place that there. There we go. I think that should work now. Let's quickly just throw all the potatoes back into there to see. And then we just need to actually turn the thing on, which we can do from round here. Did that turn it on? It didn't. There we go. And it's working. Perfect. So it was just the fact that this couldn't actually find a chest to link with. And it should output every single potato. Obviously, for this first one, it's going to be quite slow. It will only output potatoes it actually gets when it's grown. And there was obviously a lot within the chest. So we are going to have to quickly just wait for this. We can actually help it along a little bit, I think. Let's just take a load out and throw them into the chest. And then when this empties, we want to see, does it move instantly? That's what I'm hoping for. So there is one left and that should then delink. Yes, it has. Okay. There we go, that's perfect. I do now just need to go through and plant down all of the actual potatoes that got broken when the farm actually came to a stop, which I think that should now be all of them. And there we go, this now works. It will output any items. I don't actually think it's harvest. Okay, it has, it's harvest 5. So it should now stop here and give them 5 to this system, which it does seem to do that. The chest is now empty. And it moves on again. I now want to actually quickly just try something. And I want to see if we can make some sort of like tree farm. Because having wood is going to be really useful. So if I do something like that, can I plant a sapling there and then grow it? Because that would be good if it grows. It would then, these would then break the tree. I'm not too sure if that works though, because obviously sometimes trees don't grow if there's blocks obstructing. So let's quickly just see. If I bone meal that, it's okay. It's taking a lot of bone meal, so maybe it might not actually grow. Yeah, I don't actually see. Okay, it did grow. It grew a tall one though, which we don't really want, and I don't know if there's a way to stop that. The next thing I actually want to do is craft up a mason's workbench, just so we can actually see some new blocks we could build with, because I think I want to build an iron farm. Now, I know there is ways to farm iron using Create, but I think I'm just going to build a vanilla Minecraft one, just because they're a little bit quicker. If we quickly just look at how Create farms are made, you can make it from crushing horse armor, but obviously horse armor isn't that common. And you can also get it from raw iron, which we don't obviously have. Then you can also get nuggets from, I think, crushing certain blocks like tough, layered tough. And you can also get it a 12% chance from washing gravel, which I guess we could do that. But that's a 12% chance to get 1 iron nugget. You obviously need 9 of these for a single iron ingot. So although this might be a good source of iron when you have a big massive machine, early game I don't think that's going to be a reliable way. So we're going to decorate this cobblestone into a better looking block, and I think that cobblestone bricks looks really cool. And then we're just going to build an iron farm somewhere maybe over there, or maybe in that direction, because that is where the village is, so it'll probably be easier to get the villagers. I think we're going to build it up here. This seems like a good spot, because then we can turn it into some sort of tower or building. So the first thing we're going to do is go up by about 6 to 8 blocks. And the reason we're going up 6 to 8 blocks is just so no iron golems will spawn on the floor, as that is obviously something they can do. We then want to just build out the basics of the farm, which is something along the lines of this. And I don't think I'm going to be using glass. A lot of the designs do put these walls as glass, so you can see the villagers and everything they're doing. I don't really care about that, as we're not really going to be coming and investigating the villagers or them moving. And there we go. I've built this farm so many times. I know exactly how it works. The villagers go in these 3 chambers. The zombie stands right here. I'm not actually going to build the spawn-proof platform yet, because we obviously need to get the villagers and zombie in, which might take a little bit of time. The next thing I actually need to do is grab some beds, which I think we can just grab some of them from the village. I did also just make this, the carpenter's workbench, just so we could actually get some different torch types, as I think they just look cooler. And if we now actually head back over, I have also grabbed some actual beds. I grabbed a few more than we actually needed, just so villagers maybe will pathfind to the beds here rather than in the actual village. The next thing I actually need to do is just prepare for the next time it actually turns nighttime. And I brought gravel just so I can do this without having to keep dropping down and taking full damage. There we go. The staircase is now done. The next thing we need to do is just throw in all the actual beds, and that is now also done. And then finally, the torches on these blocks, just so nothing spawns. This village is kind of weird. There are only 4 workstations, and every single workstation is a composter. I don't know if that's because maybe I removed the other ones in episode 1, but I'm not actually too sure. So what I'm now going to do is just slowly move the workstations closer and closer towards the actual farm, hoping the villagers will start pathfinding over there to them. And that is exactly what they are doing, which is good. So then now them 2 are right there. If I head up here and I throw the next 2, maybe 1 right there and 1 right there, I am also just going to quickly block that up just so they can't fall down into them holes. Hopefully they can do it without being dumb and falling off and dying, which it's looking good so far. I do need to follow them up though, so I can obviously push them down into where they need to be. So you can go in that slot right there. There we go, bounce on the bed. And you can go in to that. No, don't go in there with him. You can go into that slot right there. So that's now 2 of the actual 3 villagers. I am just going to quickly just put blocks over these heads, just so when we get the next villager up, they can't go in there with them 2. So I think I now have all the remaining villagers. There are what, 2, 4, 6 in there. So I am just going to block that up, and then we'll put the bells on top, just so we know that is where they are stored. And I can't see any others wandering around, but there could be some that have wandered maybe a little bit too far, and they should either die or maybe make their way back to the village at some point. There is always one villager that has to be difficult, but I think he's now pathfinding to the workstation, which is good. So we are going to have to follow him up just to push him straight in so he doesn't try to make a run for it. And you have pathfinded straight to it, which is perfect. Let's push you straight in. There we go. So that is now all the actual villagers within their spots. All we need to do now is get a zombie. It's now becoming nighttime, which we can now get the zombie in place. I've done the kill chamber. I haven't actually got enough iron yet for hoppers, so that will have to be done later. We've actually got a zombie that has picked up an item, so we need to make sure we kill all the others but him. There we go. Let's now hope we can get you up into the farm without any incidents. My brain didn't work there. I meant accidents. The zombie is now in, so all I think I need to do is place 2 blocks like so. There we go. This should now in theory work. Yes, there's an iron golem up here. Okay. It's actually worked perfectly. So just to finish off the farm, all we need to do now is place water. That's not water, that's a sign. That was a sign. If you are enjoying the video, do leave a like and subscribe, as it does really help out. We are now underneath the actual kill chamber. Hoppers will be put here when we have enough iron to do so. You'll see the iron golem is slowly killed, dropping the iron on the actual ground, which is perfect. This works exactly how I wanted it to. The farm doesn't look the best. It's a bit all over the place. It's a weird shape. It's built out of one singular block. So I think the next thing, obviously, is first to remove all this gravel, which I can do just using a torch. Step 1 is now complete, but that was the easiest step. Now, I guess let's build something around this. Although building something around it is not going to be easy, because we cannot have flat surfaces that the iron golems could spawn on, and we obviously still need to make it look good. So let me try and come up with a design, mess around, and I'll probably see you guys in a few hours. I have been collecting a lot of resources. I'm now currently in a nether. I did come through and a creeper did explode. Luckily, I didn't fall into that lava because that would have been bad. And I now think we are going to quickly just fill this in, just so we don't fall into it. I'd also want to quickly do something inside of the nether, which could be kind of dangerous, but it's something we need to do. So I've got ourselves a tank right here, and I just want to test something with the tank to see if you can actually pick it up with the fluids inside. Let's just say we build a tank right here. I have 9 of them, so can I do that? That does work, and it connects up. Okay, that's perfect. And then I think I need to do something along the lines of that. That's not connected. Okay, let's try and break that without that falling in the lava. Can I quickly just place some blocks? There we go. I think we now need to obviously connect something to this, which I'm pretty sure you can use these wheels within the nether, although you have to use lava on them, not water. So let's maybe try that. And then we obviously need to have something powering that right there, which shouldn't be too hard. Let's now quickly just see if I actually something set in a light right here. I don't think this can burn though, so that's kind of good. Then I need to break that actually and put a cogwheel there. And then these cogwheels need to go and connect up to that, I think. At least that's how I think we need to do this. And then we need to head up here and just place down a lava source. And that's flowing down both ways, so we need to make sure it doesn't do that just by putting a block there, I think. There we go, that does work, which is good. Now, it's not obviously very fast, but I think that should be fine. And we now then need to make it so the actual lava is like going up into these pipes, which is that working? I don't think so. It's not. Does this need to be like in the lava then? Or have I done this wrong and I need to do something else? It is now working. All I've done was I actually moved the pump down to the actual lava source. But I don't actually know if this is going to fill up more than once, because it's technically now not a lava source at the pump, which I don't know if that matters, because there is like a big massive lava lake right here. but I'm not actually too sure if it does have to be a source where the pump is obviously taking in lava. While we wait for that to pump the lava in to see if it actually does do what we want it to, let's start getting to work on the actual build around the iron farm, as that is what I think our next plan is. So what we need to do first is craft up all the actual blocks I need, and if I quickly just take a step back, that is what it looks like. Now, it's obviously a gradient between cherry logs and then stripped cherry logs. Using these blocks, if I quickly just grab one, it's called a damaged cherry log. As you can see, it's half normal cherry log and half stripped, and it kind of makes it so it blends in a little bit better. If I just quickly place that back, then that is going all the way around. I haven't added any detail in. I will be adding some mixtures of logs just to add a bit more texture, but that can wait until the very last minute. I have spent the last about 2 to 3 hours working on the iron farm, and as you can see, we have something that is almost done. It's not there. I still need to add some more details to it, and I still also need to go and mine some more deep slate. But I finished this side, apart from adding detail, which if I quickly just show you, that is what it looks like, and I'm quite happy with it. We've actually used deep slate in there. I also changed up the side walls. I'd also need glowstone to go into these window parts, but glowstone is not actually that easy to get, and I can build a farm for it because you can actually turn lapis into glowstone, so that is something we might do with create later on. But apart from just going through and changing up some of the blocks to make it so there's a bit more to it, maybe some depth and stuff like that, I think it's actually fully done. Now, there is one thing that I haven't actually done, and that is the front wall, as you can see right here, because I actually ran out of deep slate. We only have 12 and 11 left, which is definitely not going to be enough. I have also terraformed, as you can see. If I just break this block right here, you can see the actual landscape was not here before, and I've terraformed all this to make it so it kind of matches up with the terrain as well. This has took me about 2, maybe 3 hours to do, and we haven't even finished, but I'll finish the rest off camera, I think, just because it's going to be a lot of grinding more deep slate. I think I need like 3 stacks of deep slate to finish this wall. And then I also need to build the farm for glowstone, as getting it inside of the nether is going to be way too difficult. But one thing I do quickly want to do is come back to the nether, because this thing right here, I think I've now figured a way to make this work, and it's using this hose pulley. So what I think we need to do is first of all break these so we can actually get to the, let's break that one as well. Can I pick that up without it burning? I can, and we should be good without actually burning in that lava. Let's also quickly just break that block and also that block. And I need to do exactly the same right here, where I try and grab this before the actual lava gets to it. Let's also wait for us to get off fire. I have a feeling we might lose this, but I'm hoping we did. Okay, that is not good. Now, how does this thing work? If I maybe throw this thing right on maybe this block right here, is that going to be good enough? I don't actually know. So I now have some more resources again. Let's see if we can actually make this work. So if I just do that, that is pumping, but it's not doing anything with this, which maybe have I done it wrong? I can't actually click this. It seems like there is a power source here, but is that maybe not how you have to put fuel into it? I think I have now actually found the problem. I think the input that we are trying to obviously put into it doesn't work, and the only way you can do it is by a manual input. So let's try that to see if that is actually the case, as that's what it says on the W when you do that. So is that doing anything? No, that's still not actually working. Why is that? Okay, there we go. It's because I was spinning it the wrong way. So, does this actually work? Let's see. Can I go any lower? I don't know how you'd know when it's as low as it can be. I guess when the thing stops spinning, maybe? There we go. It stopped. Yeah, as you can hear, there is bucket sounds every now and again, like a lava bucket being picked up, but this isn't actually filled up anymore. Maybe it's because it needs like a certain amount of buckets to go to the next stage. That's the only thing I can think of. There is a lot of fire around here, and I don't think there's any way I can stop that from happening. Okay, it's actually filling up now. As you can see, it's gone above that little slice, so it's working, which is a good thing. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but I think that's fine, because it does actually work. Now, the next question is, I don't know what's going to happen if I break this. I'm going to break a corner block just to see. Does this keep the lava inside of it? It doesn't. That's kind of sucks, I think. Although it might be because I've not got enough in there. Maybe once this is full, then it might keep the lava in. But if it doesn't, then we'll just have to create the lava farm in the overworld, in the nether, I mean. We'll just have to make it so once this is full, it then pumps it into buckets here. And then we maybe even build the smelter here. Or we will then make the buckets go into the overworld once they are obviously lava buckets. But I think I'm happy with how this is working, and it actually seems to be working a lot quicker now. I did move the pump up by a few blocks just so it wasn't at the very bottom of the lava. Anyway, with that being said, I think that is where we're going to end this video. We built the iron farm in this video. We also decorated the iron farm. We have obviously done the nether related stuff. I also forgot at the beginning of the video, we also built the, the potato farm that makes it so it's kind of automatic. I still need to add a way to make it so the potatoes smelt, but I think once we have our lava farm set up, then that should be a lot easier. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, do leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of the video in the comments, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!